Hello and welcome to Purple AD by Yaksas CSC. Purple AD is a place where you can learn various principles and techniques of securing an Active Directory environment. At Purple AD, you can find both Active Directory attack and defense mechanisms. I would like to start by giving you an overview of the Active Directory lab environment that we will be using at Purple AD. Our Active Directory lab architecture is made up of two forests. One is YCC Corp and the other is UB Corp. In the forest YCC Corp, we have two tree domains, which is YCC Corp, which is the root domain of this forest, and the other is ED Corp. Under YCC Corp, we have a child domain called IND, and under that, we have another child called North. Similarly, in ED Corp, we have a child domain called Research. In the forest UB Corp, we have the root domain as UB Corp, and under that, we have a child domain called Website. Now there is an external trust that we have established between the YCC IND domain and the UBcorp website domain. Similarly, there is a trust between YCC IND domain and the EDcorp domain. So this was a high-level view of the architecture of our lab. Next, let's talk about the environment. In this lab environment, we have a variety of operating systems. For servers, we have Windows Server 2019, 2016, 2012, and all the way back to 2008 R2. Similarly, in workstations, we have operating systems such as Windows 7 SP1 x86, Windows 7 SP1 x64, Windows 8 x64, Windows 8.1 x64, and Windows 10 x64. Apart from that, we also have a few MS SQL servers and one Exchange Server 2016. Most of this is built using the trial images that are available on Microsoft. So the validity for most of these components is 180 days, and we'll have to rotate these components after 180 days. In this lab, we'll be assuming a post-breach scenario, and we'll assume that we have access to two machines. So our first foothold machine is Windows Server 2016, and the other machine that we have access to is a Windows 10 64-bit machine on which we are running Commando VM. The benefit of using Commando VM is that it comes preloaded with several tools that will be required to enumerate and attack an Active Directory environment. Lastly, if you're interested in knowing about the underlying infrastructure of this lab, so I'm using three systems. One is a desktop and two laptops. So these are the systems that I've had since around 10 years. So instead of buying a new system for this lab, I decided to utilize those three systems for this lab. So one of the systems is running Intel Core i3 processor 4th generation. Another one is running Core i5 processor 2nd generation, and the third system is running i5 7th generation. Then this entire infra has a total of 64 GB RAM, which is divided into 16 GB plus 16 GB DDR3 and 32 GB DDR4 RAM. Then speaking of storage, we have a 1 TB hard drive storage and 500 GB plus 500 GB, that is essentially 1 TB of SSD storage. Now for virtualization, we are using Windows SP1 on one of my systems, and the other two systems are Windows 10 x64. And for virtualization software, we are using VMware platform. Then coming to the network side, we have connected these three systems via Linksys E900 router, which is running DDWRT firmware, and this is the build that I am using. And then all the virtual machines that I have created are in bridged mode, and we are going to access them over a subnet of 192.168.3.0/24. So that was all about the lab that we'll be using at Purple AD. I just wanted to give you a brief overview of the lab that we'll be using before we delve into further attack and defense techniques. Thank you for watching this video, and you can subscribe to our channel Yaksas CSC to keep updated on further videos either in this series or any other videos that we create. You can also follow us on Twitter. Our Twitter handle is @Yaksas443. You can check out our websites, yaksas.io, which is our parent company website. If you want to learn more about our other offerings, you can check this website. And if you want to check out the resources that we have at Purple AD, you can check them on the website purplead.org. Then lastly, you can reach out to us at csc@yaksas.io. One thing I like to mention is that even though we'll be using the lab environment that I have shown you here, you can easily perform any of the attack or defense techniques in your own lab. If you need any help in setting up your own lab, do reach out to us on any of the communication platforms.